So you're all juiced up, ready to book your next trip. You're at the hotel portal or the airline checkout page, and they offer you this increased offer on one of their credit cards. And you're going, awesome. Like, this is a higher offer than the public offer. This seems totally worth it. I'm going to book this trip anyways. Let me just sign up right now. And we're here to warn you that may not be the best option. So today we're going to talk about that. My name is Sean, and I'm here with my co host.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sherwin, the other half of the Credit Card BS podcast. So today's episode is all about being careful of checkout marketing and credit card offers. So as Sean said, you might be checking out. Usually they'll try to entice you to sign up for a credit card, and maybe they're offering some kind of immediate value. We will gain like, I was going to pay for this check back on this airline, but if I just get this airline card that is marketing me, I'm not gonna have to pay that. Or, oh, I can get $250 statement credit off my hotel purchase on this one. That's great. Or, oh, I'm gonna get 20% off on my clothing shopping if I sign up for their credit card. Maybe let's do that so I can save money on stuff I was gonna get anyway. If you see that, stop. Most of the time, it can be a trap, and it is a trap, and it's just a trap, period. Like, don't do it. So there's a few reasons why. Number one, if it's a retail card, it's crap. So I'm talking about like I'm checking out at Sephora and I can get 20% off this purchase if I get this credit card. Sean, why is this a horrible idea for most people?
Yeah, because one, they always have these stupid terms that like caps the amount that you can get off to like some stupid small amount, right? Like, oh, like 20% off the purchase, max like $100 or something. It's like, well, most credit card sign up bonuses are way more than that anyways. And like, unless you are some like Sephora addict that is buying like, thousands of dollars of products in this one purchase and there's no cap for whatever reason, then it probably doesn't make that much sense. Like, just pull out your phone, type your purchase into the calculator, figure out what it would save you, see if there's a max. In 99.99% of cases, there's no way that it makes any sense to do compared to like normal traditional credit card offers.
Yeah, like I want to remind people, a credit card offer can give you as much as $700 to $1,000 value, if not more, right? So if I'm getting like 20% off my offer, off of my purchase, but my purchase was nowhere near these gigantic amounts, like I might only be saving like $30 to $70, right? And then I just took up a Chase 524 slot and forwent a possibility of getting a Chase card in that slot that could have netted me like $1,000 to sign up bonus. So it's like really stupid to sign up. I'm just sorry. I'm just gonna say it's like really stupid to sign up for this. They also try to get you in stores, like if you're checking out like in person, like sign up for credit card, like just decline. And like a lot of furniture stores do this, and like really their only perk is like 0% APR. But that's also like a humongous trap because they have like the worst 0% APR terms where like after interest-free period ends, it does not merely start accruing interest, but all of the interest from that past year is tacked on as if the 0% APR never existed if you did not pay it off before then. So just like any like retail card, just ignore and move on. Like if you need 0% APR, like the Chase Inks are a good option, for example, right? Okay, so that's one reason. So what's the another trap that we want to avoid? So it may not be the best offer even among the same cards. So newsflash, just because it's the same credit card does not mean the sign up offer is the same anywhere you look. So often the checkout offer will give you far fewer points, if we're thinking about like hotels and airlines, for example, but have some of this kind of statement credit that looks like a good deal, but really isn't. So for example, a lot of airline cards, if you sign up directly or through a referral link, it's going to be like 75,000 points or something. Whereas if you sign up to checkout, it'll be like a $400 statement credit plus 25,000 points, which actually is like a humongously worse offer. It's enticing because you are already checking out and spending money, and you see that they showed you the total after this discount purchase. So you're only spending a lot less cash up front, but you actually just forwent a lot of points that are worth way more than that if you had signed up directly. So like, even if you were already interested in this credit card, be careful because the offer they're showing you at checkout may be a different one and one that's worth a lot less.
Yes, and there are exceptions, of course, like especially like for hotel or airline cards. Like sometimes there will be like a higher offer by going through a checkout. Like very rarely, like it's not entirely impossible, but like almost always no. And I think it's interesting to discuss like real quickly the psychology of it, because what they'll do on these checkout pages is they'll show you like the new checkout total after your statement credit. And what this does is it frames getting the credit card as like the default. And when you choose not to get it, it's like, oh wow, I'm like losing by not getting it because I'm paying more, right? Because psychologically, a loss hurts a lot more than like a win feels good. And so they've kind of reframed the whole thing of like, hey, by the way, like you're totally going to get this credit card, right? Because like otherwise you're kind of stupid because now you're going to have to pay $300 more. Right. And it's like this weird trick they get you to feel like, oh, wow, yeah, I should do this because I'm buying it anyways. But it's absolutely, it's not reality because you can just get a better offer by in almost always case, like going through a different link. And so I think it's really important to have that understanding. Another thing, real quick, by the way, if you want to support the channel, check out our memberships down below, totally optional. Okay, getting back into it. Another thing is you could be foregoing a referral link. So if you're like applying for a credit card, a lot of times by going through like a friend's link, a family link, player two link, right? If they have the card or maybe a card in a similar family, they will receive a decent amount of points as a bonus, right? This could be several $100s of value. And especially if you're operating like a two-player setup where it's like you're kind of pooling your points or whatever, it's like, well, even if the offer through the checkout is in your case slightly better, you have to factor like, well, could I have gotten a referral offer from this card from my player too? Because if that's the case, right, you'd be getting a lot more value just doing it that way instead.
Yeah. And finally, I would say you need to consider the fact that the card may not make sense beyond this one scenario. And oftentimes, when we look at these checkout marketing cards, they're not helping you consider the other cards that might work even better or the opportunity cost of getting this card. And maybe you are the right person to get this airline credit card, but for example, it usually tries not to overwhelm you with choices. So it'll just market one of the four cards in the series. And maybe the other card with the higher annual fee or the lower annual fee is actually a better use case, but you won't actually realize that unless you go learn about the other cards in the series, right? Or, maybe you're checking out of a hotel and they're trying to market you this hotel card. It seems like it's great because you're getting the statement credit immediately, but you actually didn't assess the fact that, you're not necessarily loyal to this one hotel chain. So this hotel card might be of limited use and you're better off with a card that earns transferable points, including to various hotels, right? So, not considering other cards or opportunity costs and going for one of these is a huge failure, in my opinion. And you should also consider like is it right for me to give up this 524 slot for this one card?
Exactly. And I think the core takeaway here is that whenever you're accepting an offer, whether it be, like a credit card like this or just something else, you should always want to weigh your options. And I think it's why like Sherwin pushed so much on why like when you're at a retail store, it's such a bad idea to do because that's a high pressure sales tactic, right? Because you can't just sit there and like browse your phone for 10 minutes to go compare other offers. And so that's like one of the reasons you shouldn't do it. But like you don't have to worry about that on an online checkout page. So like let's say you are tempted by one of these on a, for a hotel or airline, all you really need to do is go research for a little bit. Hey, like first of all, does this card make the most sense for me? Second of all, even if in that scenario, is this the best offer, right? Because you have the time to do that. And so I think that is something worth doing. And like just because you get this offer doesn't mean you should take it. The one other exception I want to throw in where it's like slightly higher of a chance where like the offer would be a little better is on a lot of times on airlines when you're actually on the flight, they will like give you these pamphlets, these, credit card offers to sign up for that can often be like a slightly higher than public offer. This is like a not like this is much more frequent, but in almost every case, like you don't actually have to apply for the card on the flight. They'll give you like a code or a QR code or a pamphlet or something that you can decide later. And so, like, yes, collect the pamphlet, right? If you're thinking about the card, get it. See if maybe there's a higher offer. But like, for the love of God, don't just like sign up on the plane because it's like you don't have time to research this. Like, even if the offer ends up like, okay, let's think like worst case here. Okay, yes, the offer that they were giving you in that moment was like marginally higher than like some other offer you could get online. Like, even if we're totally wrong here, like the chances of that happening are so disproportionately low compared to the chances of like us being right and like you got a worse offer that like statistically just search for the better offer like every time. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all of our tips today on being careful about checkout marketing and offers. If you have any insights, please leave them down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe and consider joining one of our memberships where you'll get even more value from Sean and me, I promise. And Sean, why don't you plug our Discord?
So if you want to connect with an elite group of credit card enthusiasts and award travelers entirely for free, check out the Traveling Discord group at the link in the description. You will learn a ton, I promise you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.